So we've all heard the reviews on just how great the new Vivo X Fold 3 Pro is. Over the last few months, many people have said it's been easily the best foldable of this year and probably the best foldable within the last 4 to 5 years. But just how livable is this phone in the United States? We're about to find out. So how did we get here? Well, I had the Samsung Z Fold 2, the Fold 3, and the Fold 4. And let me tell you, the Fold 4 was a wild ride. It was a great phone in the beginning. However, that hinge just could not get out of its own way. Over the last 2 years of owning the Fold 4, I've replaced the screen or hinge 4 times. So, about 2 times a year. The first time was my fault. I took it to the beach, sand got on the hinge, and we all know what happens from there. But the other 3 times, that was not my fault. This most recent time, literally just something got under the screen. I touched that one spot and chaos ensued. The phone, inner display, done. So after having this happen, I decided that I was going to switch sides. Get the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now I've always switched back and forth between Androids and iPhones, between Galaxy Notes and whatever iPhone it was of the year. Now don't get it twisted. I definitely enjoyed using the iPhone 15 Pro Max for many of the same reasons that everyone else does. iMessage, FaceTime, the camera, fire. The battery and the apps optimized for the device like no other. But I really enjoy the customization of Android. So it was only a matter of time that I was going to end up going back. So Samsung announces the new Z Fold 6. It's slimmer, looks more premium, may have the same camera and battery as the Fold 5 and 4. But it's worth a shot, right? Like, surely this Fold 4 was feeling a little long in the tooth. So I ordered it. I just never got it. Literally, it was stolen off of UPS's truck on delivery day. The delivery guy knocked on my door and was like, "Hey, I got a package for you. Except for I don't have the package for you." Yeah, that took a while. 3 weeks before I could get my refund. But in the meantime, I was looking at YouTube and saw these great reviews on that X Fold 3 Pro. Figured I'd give it a shot. Now, importing a phone into the United States that you can't just pick up at your carrier or Best Buy is a little intimidating. If you have any sort of issues with the carrier as far as your signal, or if there's any maintenance issues, you're probably going to get a few extra gray hairs. So I figured I would take the leap. Let's see what happens. While doing my research, I noticed that people were having very similar issues, whether it was with the Google services such as Android Auto and the Google Assistant, or not receiving notifications. These were things that I was looking into and trying to figure out how I could get around. So I'll start off by saying that I did order the Chinese version, which comes with Origin OS. People were right. Android Auto is not on Origin OS. But it does look like they have a trial version that's starting to come out to certain Vivo phones that is incorporating Android Auto. So hopefully, maybe in the next couple of months, that won't be an issue. It wasn't really a big deal for me, but I can see where that would be a problem for quite a few people. I'm not sure about the Google Assistant and if it's ever going to make it. It seems like that phone manufacturer is not overly thrilled about the idea of Google listening in for keywords to activate. So who knows? So I'm with T-Mobile. I've heard a lot of people on AT&T have had issues. Some people on Verizon. I just put the SIM card in. I went outside and I was getting like 500 to 700 megabytes down. Like, it was insane. So one thing that I didn't see a lot of people reporting on was QuickShare. So I use QuickShare to send information back and forth between my Android phones or from my Android phone to my Windows PC. But this thing comes with VivoShare, which is compatible with nothing. I mean, maybe if you had a Vivo laptop or something, you're great. I haven't tried downloading the Vivo app, but I have found workarounds to get me past that issue. But that's just something that I have noticed. And it seems like people that do have Vivo phones that really want QuickShare are rooting their phone and they're making it work. But that's just not something that I really want to do, because the idea of breaking that phone and then trying to decipher Chinese to restore it is just a whole different nightmare. So, the notification problem. It actually isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It turns out Vivo just has quite a few battery saving features put in place. So all you have to do, and it's a little annoying, but for each and every app that you really want notifications from, like immediately, you have to go in there and set it to consume more battery. And also you have to go set your permissions to have it auto start, just like you would do with your Windows PC with all of your favorite programs. Once you do that, everything is straight. So the biggest place that this impacted me, the Messages app. Day one comes, I'm all excited for the new phone. I'm putting it through its paces, messaging some people, and not getting one message back. And I'm like, is this National Hate Xavier Day? Like, what is going on here? I click on the Messages app again, and all of the messages from that day come rolling in. Yeah, unacceptable. So another thing that I've had to try to navigate around is the home screen. So like their main weather app widget, you can't convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, which is fine. I can do it in my head. It doesn't really matter, but it's just an extra step. And then like on a lot of Android phones as of lately, you can kind of swipe to the left and see, you know, your news or a series of widgets, which they have, but it's all Origin OS stuff, which means that it's all in Chinese and it's not helpful for me. So I like the way this looks, right? It's a pretty phone. I like the build quality, but I also know what that means for some of you. You're rocking this thing without a case, and I think you are absolutely wild for doing it. Now, it did come with its own case, which is pretty dope. It's got a little hinge protection. Very sick. Wish the Samsungs would have followed that one. So my only problem with that case is I just came off of an iPhone. So I have MagSafe everything. House, cars, you name it. So where do you go to get a new case for your Vivo? eBay, AliExpress. It's going to take probably about 2 weeks for it to get there. Build quality is usually not exactly what you expect. Sometimes for the best, sometimes for the worst. I picked up this one. It was carbon fiber as advertised. I like it. No hinge protection. Then I ordered this one that was supposed to be carbon fiber. Very much plastic. Does have hinge protection. At this point, ordering the accessories is kind of a toss-up. I ordered a privacy screen protector. Took another 2 weeks for it to get here. It came clear as a fish tank. You are looking at everything that I'm doing. Then I ordered a tempered glass camera protector, and it had no adhesive on the back. Like, I literally put it on the phone before bed, and I woke up the next day and it was under my pillow. Like, what do you do? And I've ordered a replacement for that, and it came the wrong size. Like, it was meant for a Vivo phone that was at least 2 years prior. So the accessory part, be patient. Another issue people were having was getting their Wear OS device to connect to their Vivo. Now, when I ordered the Fold 6, I also bought a Galaxy Watch Ultra. So hands are tied at that point. I figured I was going to make this work one way or the other. On the YouTube videos and the forums, everybody's trying different things, although kind of similar, but they're trying different things and it's working. So there's not like one clear path to get this to work. So I just experimented and I was just kind of tossing around everybody's different ideas and doing them in different orders, and eventually it clicked. And I figured out how I did it, and I haven't looked back. So we've addressed a lot of the growing pains down in this phone. But don't get it twisted. This phone's amazing. Like, it comes with a 120 watt charging brick. There's been times where I was at like 20%. Gotta go somewhere, jump in the shower. And when I come out, I mean, that battery is up. Like, at least 30% up. Like, it's crazy. I love the size of the battery. It lasts so much longer than the Z Fold series, at least for me. The cameras seem to rival the iPhones. I'm not going to get into specs like going like, well, it shoots better at this time or at this time. I feel like it's on par, or at least close to. And that's so much better than having a 3-year-old camera. Samsung. So I guess my biggest hope in all of this is that the other manufacturers are paying attention, because Vivo just put them on notice. I mean, that phone's amazing. Like, I would love to see next year's offerings from Samsung and Google just be just right on par. Just get there for me, please. Like, I know the Pixel 9 Fold just came out, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good, and I'm hoping to test it out a little bit and do some comparing. Like, I think that there's some opportunity there, but Vivo hit it out the park, and I think that should be the bar that all the foldables should be striving to achieve. Whew. I feel like I got a lot off my chest there. Well, I think we've addressed a lot of the major concerns going around on YouTube and Reddit. If you have any follow-up questions for me, feel free to hit me up. By the way, my name is Xavier. I guess I didn't formally introduce myself. So yeah, this has been fun. Maybe I'll do it again.